Okay, now I gotta try this. It does. Okay, so you can link. It's a double linking book. That's weird. And as yet unestablished in lore that you have a two-way book. But I guess actually it makes sense to be taking that with you. But it goes to two different locations. That's the thing. Whatever. They had to bend the universe a little bit to make it workable. The trees are solid. Trees are solid. Now I think you can jump off of this, and instead of dying, you just slap the linking book and come back, which is nice, I guess, but at the same time, why didn't they just make it so you couldn't jump off? Okay, so there's an age. Purple. Find out where we are before jumping into any of this. So, 4 ages, looks like. To solve what puzzle, I'm not sure. This one's got a fish on it. Mushrooms. Trees? Mushroom trees? And some kind of library. It's just some kind of hidden secret spot here. That's cool. Oh, wait. No, I can't make my way into there. But why allow me to come back here? Because it's like, oh, I found a secret, but there's nothing back here. Unless there's like a jump-off point. Alright, we'll go into the... very dark room. Can I open? There we go. Oh, hey, is it reading time? One, 2, Teledan. The truth of a man is found in the darkness beneath the surface. Some light might reveal only what some men want to be seen. Regitarch Oedipa? Not sure what that's about. I guess these are clues to the world. But it's got multiple symbols now, so it's got like these mushroom trees and the book. Oh, I think that's the book inside of this thing. Alright. Well, we'll do, let's see, mushroom trees. Truth in darkness. I'm not sure that really helps at all. Then we've got this crystal-looking thing. Garrison. The laws contrived by the proud are their security and their undoing. Such laws make disobedience a virtue, and obedience a sin. Jesus, I have no idea what these clues even mean. Actually, that looks like trees. Radish Talesa. Only the way a man is when he is hidden is how he is. A shallow glimpse can deceive. Look deep, ponder, and recognize all that is hidden. So if you didn't think the previous games were obtuse enough in their clues, Ader Ramo and Ader Gira. When all is taken from one, the only hope that remains is what is given by another. Through this giving, both are redeemed. Okay, weird book of sayings. Agura and Bevan, there were some who came here thinking they could build the tree, but only a dead tree is built. Life cannot be assembled from remains. And now these builders are gone. What has happened to them? Are they now part of the remains, or have they become part of the tree? The tree does grow, the great cavern breathes, voices in places in the great void. The called continue their journey here, building or growing it is their choice. One new book, given to open up paths in the cavern, given to open up the origin, given to open up a glimpse of the future. Okay. We'll still be here. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the shit? So this looks like the primer. That's volume 2. We're going to be reading for a while, I guess. Yeah. Is written by the guy in suzerain. God. On the 625th month of my life, I was gazing upon the star of Cess in the sky of the age of Windring. And at the time of my birth the star began to brighten until it became brighter than the rings themselves, and with a sudden brilliance it turned the night into day, and I beheld the fire of the Maker. And he spoke to me, and the fire of the Maker left me, and I saw only blackness, because my eyes were blinded. But his words remained. You will wait for a time, and you will watch for a time more, and you will receive the signs of things that have been, and signs of things that will be. A great wisdom will be passed through you, so that those who come after you will know that I am the Maker. You will watch for the signs of the builders, for the builders will make great things of Dunny, and Dunny will grow and prosper. But this prosperity is a curse, so the sign of the builders is a curse. You will watch for the signs of the breakers, for the breakers will make nothing of Dunny, and Dunny will die. But this death is a blessing, so the signs of the breakers is a blessing. You will watch for the signs of the grower, for the grower will see the dead tree, and the grower will see the new sprigs, and the grower will prune, and the grower will grow the new Dunny. So the sign of the grower is a blessing. And so for 1 day I watched and waited for the signs, but there were none. And so for 4 more days I watched and waited for the signs, and there were none. And for the 20 days I watched and waited for the signs, but there were none. And for 100 more days I watched and for the signs, but there were none. And for 600 more days I watched and waited for the signs, but there were none. And I cried out to the Maker, How long will you make me watch and wait? For I am weary. And the Maker replied, You will watch and wait until the signs come, for you are the watcher. And so for 1 more month I watched and waited for the signs, but there were none. And for 4 more months I watched and waited for the signs, and there were none. For 20 more months I watched and waited for the signs, but there were none. For 100 more months I watched and waited for the signs, but there were none. For 600 more months I watched and waited for the signs. And many years had passed, and I was weary, but still I watched. And at the time of my birth, on that final day, as I waited near the cavern of Rolep, the wind blew through the cavern, and my sight was restored. And the first thing I looked upon was the stairs of Rolep. And I climbed to the top and looked out at the great tree of Dunny, and wept. And the Maker spoke these words, Behold, you have watched for me, and now I will bless you. Today I have given you your sight, and tomorrow you will prosper. I will give you wisdom, but I will keep you from pride. The wisdom I give you will not understand. It is for those to come. Be humble and write the wisdom that I show you. And so on the first day the Maker gave me 5 lines of wisdom, and I wrote the first 5 lines in 5 sections, 1 in each section. And so on the second day the Maker gave me 5 more lines of wisdom, and these lines became the second lines in each of the 5 sections. 125 days the Maker gave me 5 lines of wisdom on each day, and they were added to the sections. And then I rested. And this is how words of the Maker were given to me. But I know not whether they are signs of things that have been, or signs of things that will be. And these lines I have written so that those who come after me will know the wisdom of the Maker. The Maker's a dick. Making this guy wait for... How long is that exactly? Let's see here. So you're talking at least like 700 months, right? At least that. So 58 years just in that. So, like, 60 plus years, possibly, this guy has been waiting. And their entire life. Book 1. Section 1. Revere the Maker, cherish the Maid. Here lies wisdom. The door lies at the end of the path. Who will gather? Many. Who will finish? Few. The grower will take time. The grower will bring light. The grower will have ages. Take time and move it to and fro. Bring light and give it to the dark places. Have ages and listen and link that to them without bindings. Loud cries yet again. Can it be made? No. We mourn our loss. No one sees. In rock is where changes are found. Because of the tunnels, Dunny has changed forever. New events surround us, awaiting our arrival. The path to the left or the right. That is the only power of man. The grower leads... Yeah, goddamn Jim. The grower leads in the dark, while the deceiver flails in the light. The grower raises truth in the absence of eyes, while the deceiver blesses them in clear view of many. Without the grower, those who are like the grower would never learn. Without the grower, the name known by all would not have existed. Knowing the least is the path of wisdom, a sweet aroma rising up. Kings and prophets, the proud ones, have the stench of death. The passing of time brings the path to the gathered. A breach has been cut, and now the paths are joined. The giving of gifts heals the wound of the builder. In cages they weep, time and again, but without their tears, truth remains hidden. Your cry is your call. If no one will hear them, weep for us. The choices of the wise bring pleasure to the Maker. The meeting of the worlds is death and life. They count years and months. A long week is as short as an age is long. There is a noise where once there was silence, light where once there was not. Oh my God, there's how many pages? Stone stands tall, rocks fall down, and they watched, always not knowing. Silence will return, light will fade, stone will fall, rock will grow. Again, from the shadow of the wound, history will be rewritten. The disease will spread until Dunny cannot be saved. 7 they are, though little do they realize, only 4 is seen as they see, for 7 is 1 and 1 is 7. What? Writing of links is a gift to be cherished. Where are our people? Who are our people? What are our people? Our. Cry those who die on the streets. The crumbling of the walls will come from within. The stories of the destroyer will be the start of the burden. The burdened one will come from outside. The burden of the remnant will be laid upon his shoulders. Be still, and the path will be made known. What will grow? The tree of all things. Who will grow it? The grower. Pages burn. Ink spills. Is there no one to protect us when we turn against ourselves? Books will be your stronghold, and then you will die. The destroyer will cut down this great tree of wickedness, or will the destroyer... Okay, that's a weird question. Another place will be their refuge, another place will be their home. Dance and celebrate, for the tree grows again. 7 nameless abused, 6 called abused, 5 sent away, 4 sell to 3, 3 accepted without 18. 2, 1 of 8, 1 wear color and hold paper. These seem like these are actual clues? But what the fuck? Poison fills the heart of many. New air enters some believe. The scream you hear has no breath. I have no mouth and I must scream. Old ways are kept just to test. Curses rain upon the others from the lips of the proud. Is there like a... Eyes are removed, yet sight is restored. It'd be nice if there was a way to like cross out the books. It kind of looks like there's a way, but... Maybe they're not actually... Section 2. Do not trust the sons of the burdened one. They will... Okay, the burdened one must be Atris. So the first one was talking about the fall of Dunny, which was Gen, the destroyer. This is now talking about Atris. Do not trust the sons of the burdened one. They will seek comfort in their books. This is the warning of the fall. Do not seek comfort in your books. When destruction comes, other ages will not save you. Seen under bones in the jail cells, a row of keys is there. I wonder if that's a... Clue. Minds are soft, hearts are calloused. In the new place chaos reigns. Wisdom is hidden, but a storm approaches, a new river flows. Its waters of deep red stain the land. Across the valley of dry sand and new blooms will appear. Wisdom is found. The action of the gathered means nothing. The action of the deceived is toiling in vain. The dam has been destroyed and the river opened. He who unleashed its fury screams for mercy and calls for help, but no one comes. As death drowns him, it takes everything in its path. Darkness makes the righteous humble and the evil bold. Darkness comes at the end of time. Take the path upward, or those above will travel downward. Seek the path of the shell. The meaning of worlds is destruction and blessing. The kingdom of Dunny is not made of rock and stone, but heart and mind. They rejoice at a spark, though they never see the fire. They rejoice at a star, though they never see the sun. They honor magicians and never know of true power. They bow to liars because truth cannot wait. When a tree dies, there will come a new one. A grower will learn of the new death. A grower will see new life. A grower to bring the gathered. A grower to restore the least. A grower to move through time. A grower to link at will. A grower to follow the shell. A grower to banish the darkness. A grower to graft the branches. A grower to join the paths. Black turns to green, red and yellow fruits emerge. He laughs at the worm, and soon there are many. The hills of fire allows them to find their way. Evil follows their path. One will take where another left off. Vagabonds enter unknowingly. Incomplete is the task at hand. Soon there will be another. Though not a king, the ruler dies. The spilling of his blood creates rivers in the city. He laughs and smiles and cries at him, and the one with him another teaches. So that the choices are ours. The patients find solace in the wait, while the restless follow the path of folly. Follow the patient path. There are three who live in darkness and silence. Blinded are those who search for them. One saves Dunny and dies at the hands of rulers. Another destroys Dunny and lives at the hands of followers. There is another who destroys and saves, both lives and dies at the hands of both rulers and followers. There is always strength in the hidden. There is great trust in those who live and die. The Maker, my God, how many? This is the last page. The Maker uses the maid who are willing. He provides a light to discern the willing from the wicked. A light in the cavern eases fear and provides comfort for the willing. A light in the cavern causes the wicked to scurry to the darkness. A new life in a new place begins for a few, full of blessings, full of good. But maturity does not come from ease and prosperity. Prepare for suffering and growth will come. Life dies, darkness spreads, death, day ends, night grows. What is this invasion? For the fourth time they come. Two come to war, two run from war, two die, two live through they kill. Although they kill, all of the above, all of them above whom are none, they believe. Yeah, maybe we can make a Dunny cult with this stuff. I'm not really sure what any of this means. It's got to be clues, though. So I say again, 7 they are, though little do they realize. Only 4 is seen as they see, for 7 is 1 and 1 is 7. Libraries hold the writings of man. Hearts hold the truth of the Maker. There's so many more books. And I don't know if we need to read them right now. I think we'll come back. I think I'll come back. Because this is a hub, so we'll be back. What? Oh. It's a closet. I can change myself. I'm now wearing new glasses options that were not available before. So I guess you can pick up new body options. That's kind of cool. So you can pick up clothes and stuff. That's fun. Character customization. Oh, here's the real books. Jesus Christ, here's the real books we apparently collect throughout the ages. Oh. So that travels to somewhere. This travels to another. But look at the symbols. These 5 symbols here. Up at the top. Those correlate to the book. Those blue books. How do I get out of this? That symbol is on these blue books. So I wonder if these correspond to those. Well, let's go out here. Dang it. Well, you know what? I'll just pick one. But let's pick one maybe... Oh, before that, let's actually... I did come up here. To little to no purpose. Can't get up there. Okay. So, this book... That symbol... What is the first one? Teledon. Teledon is the mushrooms. Let's go to the mushroom world first. And that book, it's got that symbol on it. Oh, and there's another book down here that... Gaz's journal. Hey, I can actually keep notes. Okay, cool. So these books, or at least that brown one, had... Okay, so they correspond to these symbols somehow. Interesting, interesting. Yeah. So maybe those, the red books, are in these lands? Anyway, let's go to the mushroom world first. Just arbitrarily. I can see why this game is going to take a long time, because I'm confused already. If each of those books is a link, I wonder if each of those books is a link to a spot in the world, in the age. So, like, they're shortcuts, traveling around. Clearly there was something meant to be there. There's probably a locking mechanism underneath that. Because you can't hit the button. No button. This looks movable. It is not. Okay, I'm going to turn off running because it's a slightly smaller world. I need to come out here and make sure we're not missing anything. Aha. And there's something here. It looks like it goes up into the cavern, so there's something here. What exactly, I do not know. Probably an elevator. Not turned on. I guess, on the one hand, it's nice that people are energy conscious here and they turn things off when they're not using them, but it's also kind of annoying that everything you absolutely need, there's no power to it. That one goes all the way down. So we gotta drain the water here first, obviously. Yeah, seven is one and 4 is many, and there's like 32, I don't know. I'm sure all of that will come into play at some point, but... Okay. It's a locking mechanism. The... 3. Okay, that means number 3. Okay, well, that's the first puzzle done. We got something. I don't think I want to fall down there. Maybe I have to, though. I don't want to do it just yet if I do. So I'm guessing that's some kind of collector. That thing following the sun. Just a bit loud. Yeah. What are you talking about? The textures are fantastic. Okay. We've got spiral power going to somewhere. Something tells me, though, I'm not going to want to activate all of these. I wonder if I can. I wonder if this is you can activate one spiraling powered drill at a time. Nope. That is incredibly loud. Yeah. It's the new replacement for that emote. Okay. So something is locking this mechanism. But maybe I'll just focus on what I can adjust right now. Did that drain the swamp? Or is that just my imagination? It must be my imagination. So it looks like we need to get up there somehow, but we've got to do it in a convoluted way. Going backwards. Okay, so we'll come back here. Let's follow one of these that's actually moving. Which I guess will be back in here. Looks like there's some kind of skylift thing. Sounded like something was laughing at me. Okay, so now that we've got that, water's still not drained. Being on the lookout for those stupid tapestries. Got one, I need 6 more. Oh. and you can kind of hear, it's got a ticking sound, meaning it's on a timer. Which means if I want to get in here, at least they had the courtesy to be like, hey, yeah, we missed the boat. Now I gotta wait for another one. How do I get in there though? I think I had to actually do that. I had to leap over the railing. So, you know, in typical Dunny engineering, where everything is completely unsafe, they actually gave you a caution sign here saying don't go that far, but now they expect you to come down here and jump into this thing over the railing to use this very rickety looking whatever skylift chair thing. I didn't even click on it, I just looked at it. So apparently I have no choice. Yeah, and you just fall down there, so it's taller than me, so this looks very industrial, and you probably shouldn't be jumping into industrial stuff like this. Like, what was the lesson in this age, Atris? What was this one meant to teach you? Looks like a pollen collector, I guess. Like these buckets just go around the mushrooms and collect the pollen and this thing sucks it up. That's fun. Oh, hey. Ah, look at that. So we have 3 things here. I wonder if that means that we have a choice. Oh, wait a minute. Before we do anything else, my choice is to come over here and grab this thing. Alright. I guess these are just lookout spots. I can't move this around. So it's just to tell me what's currently working? So I can see which mechanisms are turning. This one so far seems to be useless. I guess we can swap it over. For some reason the thing opened up again. This looks like a hatch, but I guess not. That looks like some kind of safety mechanism that is broken. These buckets just swing around. And then this. There we go, got rid of the locking mechanism. So this must be the elevator. Elevator down? Take an elevator further up. Some other precarious gantry, it looks like. central feeding hole in the back of the aquarium. Okay. Safe haven 3 and 4. Safe haven 4 models also are required to enter a combination in order to open the safe. The combination from the factory is the last 6 digits of your registration number. Of course, the combination can be changed at any time. I'm willing to bet that never happened. Can we see what the registration number is? Yes. B123207 for Doug Sharper. So it's actually just 123207. Last 6 digits, right? Better put a number 4 here. I will probably forget everything about this. Now, maybe it's that one. It specifically says this is for a Safe Haven 3, so maybe we'll find another card somewhere. Anyway. Okay, this is important. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we will need number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, that must be number 6, and then number 7. Okay. Where this chamber is, I have no idea. I cannot steal the helmet. That is unfortunate. Oh. What happened there? Clicked me out of it for some reason. Geez, that's a huge thing. He is large. He is large. I cannot read anything more because it is too pixelated. I'd like to pick up that helmet, though. That looks like a cool helmet. Okay, so, longer than 3 seconds. Here we go. Oh, the DRC. Okay, so we have a new location to go to. I can see how this could get very confusing very quickly. So before we do that, let's continue exploring the rest of this place. Because there's still this thing to mess around with. So if we go down, this should take me to this place. Yeah. It's still not down below. I'm not sure. Well, maybe it does. Let me hit it. It doesn't let me. It doesn't let me drown myself. Fortunate. By the end of this, I may want to. Okay. Let's go play with this mechanism here. This terribly tetanus-filled looking console. So this looks like one-way trip. So that brightened. So when I hit this, that lights up those, that lights up those, and then this is the light above me. But why? Let's get back in. Yeah, I mean, probably until I get really confused what I'm doing. I'm still not clear on what this does. Okay. Well, I need a little bit more there. So let's go up. Let's go up and take a jaunt of this book here. Am I still in the same place, or this actually kind of looks like the age that Gen was in. Okay, that takes me back. Water wheel. Nice. Really? We can touch cloth now? I don't think this is where I wanted to go, actually. It's definitely not. Holy crap. Why would you ever want to come out here? There has to be a reason, though, right? What am I missing? Look around the edges. Cannot jump up on top. You can climb over a railing, but you can't climb onto the lip of this mushroom trunk or whatever this is. See no outside clue. I guess that's where that thing, that safety thing fell down. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you'd want to do this. So now we're stuck here and we have to link out. Great. It looks like I did catch something, though. Oh. So those are shortcut bit confused. Should have actually seen if I could have read one of those things, though. Okay, so let's not go out in the middle of nowhere again. Are we inside a cavern? I think we're in Dunny right now. I still don't know. Oh, look at all the books to read. I don't know why we would want to go out to that mushroom stump, though. That's weird. Kill the tiger. Good for them. Oh, take a seat, I guess. Dr. Watson, big problems. The house on Noloben is not empty. I met someone there today. My Dunny isn't great, but I spoke with him for a while. Yeah, he's Dunny, and as we figured, he knows a lot about the creatures. A whole lot. We obviously need a meeting ASAP. Douglas Sharper. It's the guy from the other place. Though seeing the Patriots go to another Super Bowl, oh Christ, another Super Bowl land and hopefully win is obviously on my mind compared to what I've returned to here in Dunny. What happened? I'm hearing that the DRC is leaving the whole thing behind. Watson is not returning. Kodama, Laxman, Sutherland, all the little guys. Nick, Simpson, I never saw it coming. Engberg even. They are claiming funds, but I wonder if it was something more than that. I thought I'd have a lot to write today, but my mind is going everywhere. I've come to love the place. The offices, the creatures, the people, the game, even the DRC. I'm stunned. Is it really going to come to an end? This is in 2004, by the way. The disagreements of the past are no longer separating us. Obviously had a good talk with Kodama and Laxman today. Oh, there's a period in there. They are disappointed and saddened, frustrated. Poor Laxman is still working on the KIs. Says he's standardizing KIs and implementing some kind of remote upgrade. Except for that, they're beginning to close things down. They seem to know what happened to Watson. Apparently he spoke to Kodama at least once since that day long ago. Neither wanted to go there, so I let it go. Regardless, there was a glint in their eyes. Maybe not too surprising for Laxman, but Kodama? The man never has an ounce of glint. It seems they have a journey they'd like to take. Laxman must have seen the light. KI lattice is going down to base features before he heads up. I'm heading up to the surface myself. Houston for the Super Bowl. Another championship is just what I need right now. I'll be back. Champions again. Not sure I could have asked for a better game. Regardless of the halftime debacle, I have to admit, though, I thought the big victory would be enough, but I still find myself troubled down here. What is it? A coordinate? Oh, okay. What is? Oh, I think this is a Dunny number. This is a Dunny date. 58-81. I don't know. I'll take it down anyhow. A coordinate? And why is Zandy sending this thing out? The gathered will tell the path of the shell? What? Yeah, what? Spoke with Nick last night. He's already heading up back to the northwest somewhere. I'd like to see the kingdom someday. Good kid, I'll miss him. I think Floka has left as well. Another good guy. Went to the spy room today, and not quite the same anymore. I missed the intrigue and found myself saddened at the thought of it all going away. No reason to go through the trouble of making the backside secure anymore. Looking back, I realize how lax I was. Anyone could have found the book. I assumed the back of Teledon was secure, but it obviously wasn't. Not if they were all seeing Shroomy. Shroomy must be the creature. And to think, if there had been two of them, all they had to do was close the door and their friend would have seen the book. I guess none of it matters now. I don't suppose anyone will be going to the slave caves anytime soon. Oh well. I'm a little ashamed that I forgot about Phil. I suppose the surface trips, football games, and obviously events down here had caused me to forget about him. His Relto book was in the spy room. I paid the area a little visit, a memorial of sorts. I assume he's officially dead now, although I should ask the boys. My God, I may have killed him. Is this... Did you get rid of the book? There is no life here, literally and figuratively. They've all gone, and I'm stuck alone with the thought that Phil may have died because of me. I've talked to a number of the DRC about it. They never found a body, but apparently a destroyed KI was found at the bottom of where the precipice once stood. No one wanted to say it, but I've had the dream twice now. Phil standing up there, confident in his ability to return to his Relto at any time. The first crack. Still confident, enjoying the thrill. Another crack of stone, and the tower begins to break. He reaches down to grab the Relto book just to be ready. It's then he realizes it's gone. He turns to escape, but he's already falling, a cry for help that those who were there heard. He has no chance because I took the book. The rubble buries him forever. Now, I have to believe it didn't happen that way. This number has appeared on my desk again. I thought everyone was gone. Zandy? If I don't do anything else, I have to find this place before I leave here. I'm supposed to. Zandy wouldn't send it out here, or wouldn't send it out if there wasn't a reason for it. If it is him. Maybe I'll find some answers. Watson, Phil, the DRC, the failure. Do these coordinates hold the answers? Oh goody. Coordinates. Jiminy Christmas. So there's numbers in here. 2, 3, 4. Can I tell where these things connect? Someone was attempting to make a map. His other book. 97. This was far before. Looks like they've agreed to let me take control of Teledon. Time to start a journal officially. Maybe not. Kodama popped in, going on about his inspections in his usual arrogant manner. What a joke. Now it's Watson's turn. Acted as though he was chatting, but I could tell he was, looking all over, checking on my progress, or maybe making sure I could be trusted. I'll just get used to it. Time to move forward. DRC isn't going to change anytime soon. Merry Christmas. Going up for a few months. Can't take this red tape anymore. Yay for Broncos. Patriots should have been there. Stupid Steelers. Okay, maybe Teledon will help me forget all this. Looks like I'm going to need Watson after all. I've found all kinds of journals and notes upstairs that I'm going to need translated. I think Watson is going to let one of his assistants help me. Sam. Sam is not the fastest translator I've ever seen. I don't think he's even started. Kodama came by again today. Spotted something today, creature of some kind. Forget the history of this place for now. I've got to see that thing again. Saw her again. Wow, what a beauty. She's very sensitive to sound, startles like an antelope. I'm estimating she's a good 40 feet. Killer whale type, hard shell though. No sign of her in this area at least. Sam said he's going to have some time next week, at this rate. She showed up again. I saw her eating. She likes flappers. Feeds on them. Pretty quick and agile for her size. Surprised me. Of course, those flappers aren't real bright. Those who weren't eaten went right back to the spot and waited for her to show up again. It looks like this place was written in 8990 for a Dunny Lord. Guild of Caterers. 250th birthday present. If I'm ever 250, someone better give me something better than this place. Sam is busy again. Did get me some more translations, though. Seems like the mushrooms were used for some kind of delicacy. To be honest, I'm not sure Sam got that one right. Doesn't make a lot of sense, not with what I'm seeing. Watson told me Sam is too busy to help me. I'm going to have to learn this language myself or find someone who can actually help. Watched her for a while today. Definitely feeds on the flappers close to shore. Also feeds on mushrooms. Does she ever feed on mushrooms? Watched her completely destroy one today. Brought the whole thing down and fed for some time, until scared off by something. Mushroom is gone, probably sank. Kodama came by again today, and I was glad the girl wasn't around. Last thing I need. Number 1, the flappers like the spores. Number 2, the creatures like the flappers. Number 3, she's scared to death of loud sounds. If I get this equipment running, she's gone. Wait, yeah, well, it is very loud. Heading up in a week, going to try and get this gate down before I go. See if she'll come in while I'm gone. Oh, so can we shut this thing off? And then, so we gotta maybe open a gate and... 3 mushrooms were down. Seems all of them were of a particular kind. She was in the lagoon. I think I could have taken her out, but not yet. DRC would have a fit. Probably kicked me out or something. She's definitely on an air breather. Could hear her today sleeping on the surface. Kodama followed me here and scared the heck out of her. She woke and shot out of here fast. Kodama never saw her. Apparently some new guy is learning Dunny and wants to work with me. We'll see. There are quite a few new people coming down. A group from some game company was recently here, and there was quite a stir. I met a few of them. Nice guys. Oh yeah, that's the shitty thing about this. Why I hate real-world crossover stories. So apparently, the backstory here is that the games that we are playing are based upon the actual founding of this. So, or finding of this. So, like, they discovered Dunny, and then they came and made a game about it. And from what I can understand, though, from what I read in the wiki, they didn't want to make this game. But Ubisoft had, by this point, bought the license and had full control, and they were like, "Oh, let's do this." And so whoever made this stupid story plot idea, it just wanted to make money. It's stupid. Don't ever make crossovers, ever. There's no reason. People play fantasy to escape the real world. Don't bring that shit here. As I say, because now, for some reason, in like anime and manga, the Japanese have gone crazy with a whole genre now called isekai, which is exactly that. Only it's the opposite way. It's some guy who hates his life in the real world falls into a fantasy world and becomes like a Dark Lord or whatever. Hero, whatever. Escapism. Anyway, I haven't seen her for a full month. I'm going to start working on the equipment here. I can't wait forever, and the DRC is getting on me. As though they own the place. The tower is almost working. Need some tools from the surface. No sign of Shroomy. Met the new guy, Nick. Nice guy. Might be real good. Smart guy, picking up Dunny fast. He's going to keep at it, but I gave him some materials to study in the meantime. Quick trip up and down. Tower is working. Nick dropped off some translation, and it matches the old stuff. He's working on new material now. Tower is powered, and more projects. These buckets are a mess. So is the elevator. I found some kind of pump mechanism to get the water out. I think all of it will have to wait. I'm heading back for holidays and end of season. Tickets to Monday night game against Miami. Patriots still in the playoff hint. Hello, Ensign. Yeah, I agree. I agree. The canon is all screwed up. But I do believe Myst 5 goes back to canon. The thing is, though, like, this game is still part of the timeline. So, even though it's just, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, do you believe the movie or not? You know? Like, what did that? Highlander 2 and 3 are like considered not to be actual canon anymore, even though they're I don't know, whatever. Patriots are out, back down. Nick is more than I could have hoped for. Seems up for keeping the translation out of DRC's hands. Has had some bad experience with Kodama and Enberg in my camp now. Perfect. Apparently, Inash only owned the age for 10 years. At his death, Teledon was left to the guild of caterers who installed the equipment that I'm working on today. Some of the translation has actually been rather helpful. I think I can get the pump working. It was never meant for water, but I think it would pump out the water. Nick says there's quite a bit about the guild captain, Ventus, who ran the age for quite a few years and directed the industrialization of the place. Did quite a job, apparently. Although Nick is still reading, signs of Shroomy. What? Still reading, period. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember Myst 5 at all. I know I've played it, but I don't remember anything about it. I'm not going to stop working on equipment now. Apparently no mention of her in the stuff Nick is reading. The pump works, although I'm keeping the water here. Nice form of protection to the other side, at least until I discover what it's used for. That's Nick's job now. I have my ideas, though. Seems as though Ventus installed the gate to keep Shroomy out. Didn't like her eating his mushrooms. A good idea. Ventus maybe wasn't so great after all. He ruined the place, turned it into what we see now, explains the differences in early descriptions to the later ones. Seems the age was auctioned off, and that's all of the official records. Nick can share those with the DRC. I don't mind. Showed Nick some of the manuscripts I've kept hidden. I'm quite sure I can trust him. He's given the official report to Watson and others and is willing to do extra translations on the side. Good man. Watson, Kodama, and Sutherland came by today. It was prearranged, so they didn't see anything they didn't need to. They seem satisfied with the work I'm doing, although the fact they continue to check on me still drives me mad. They say they want the age ready for visitors relatively soon. I didn't realize anyone and everyone would be allowed access to the place. But why not, I suppose? I still have my areas. Christ, how long is this journal? Big argument today with Watson, upset I didn't share with him all that Nick had translated. Miscommunication, although I'm happy Nick has kept his mouth closed regarding the other. Regardless, I can't take their nitpicking. I'm heading to the surface for a long trip, returning to Africa again with fellows. Don't know when I'll be back here. Nick knows to keep things quiet. I've set things up for Shroomy to return, and I have plans to bring down some new items. Look forward to returning a long time from now. Back to Teledon again. The surface trip triggered some ideas for here that I think I'll begin exploring. Some talks with Engberg might be in order soon. Nick has gotten a load of translation done. I'm going to try and summarize as best I can, if I can remember everything. This place was owned by a fellow named Manesmo. A man apparently got the place cheap somewhere. He started the harvesting of spores again. It seems the age had corrected itself over time. Bread apparently they were making. The same delicacy Dunny had raved about before, made a decent amount of money. However, he was doing lots of stuff in the dark, slave trading. I'm sure Watson would have a fit if he knew this. His precious Dunny. Where they were going, we can't find out, but it explains the cages and the whole backside of this place, really. Hiding from maintainers, I suppose. We found some more mention of Shroomy as well. Manesmo saw her pretty frequently. They even found her nest. I'm heading out tomorrow to see. As far as Shroomy herself, she has been here, but was not here when I arrived. Shrooms have managed to disappear, and she broke a walkway on the back side. I have to fix that now. No nest remains, yes, but she's obviously not been there for a long time. This place is much bigger than I thought. Learned that today. The DRC is getting pretty serious about letting people down here. They have moved to the island and are trying to get portions of the city open for visitors. Moving headquarters to a building there as well. I suppose I'm going to have to get serious about it as well. They're going to make me if I don't, so back to the equipment. Cars are giving me all kinds of trouble, so is this ridiculous elevator, and I don't know why I'm making a quick trip to the surface for parts. Back with the parts, Nick has found out slaves were going to a place called Rebek. Haven't heard of it myself. I'm going to ask Watson tomorrow. Watson has heard of it. Says they've been there. Asked how I knew and realized it was a mistake to ask about it. Told him Nick told me. Unfortunately, Nick told me later he had been doing some official translation for the age. Lucky me. Be more careful. Found a new book today, a very special book. Okay. Cars are working, which, or why they need to work, I don't know, but apparently the DRC wants this place restored to its original condition, so cars are working. Elevators work, finally. Nick tells me this Rebek age was amazing, but he was pulled off of it. Games with slaves from here were played there. Hunting games of sort. I'm not for hunting people, but the game does sound fun. Doubt Watson will want to approve that age too fast. I wonder, there is a book, a novel. There are 3 novels written in the Myst universe. One of them talks about an age where like all these mechanical wonders happen, but it turns out it's actually just slaves inside the walls running back and forth in hidden corridors, pulling levers and whatnot to make all this stuff work. I wonder if that is Rebek. I do not remember. I read those books in high school. That was a long time ago. DRC is planning on opening this place up in 2002. They, of course, haven't bothered to tell me, but regardless, it is true. Working on getting some lights going in here, I have a feeling inspections will be increasing. Watson informed me of the plans. Today, 2002 is the target. Thanks. Nick stopped by and we got a little more information. Looks like there's some kind of weapon in our hands. At least it could be used as a weapon, after the lights. Inspection plan for next month. Lights are functioning. Cars, doors, elevators. Not sure what else they'll want, but I'm sure they'll come up with something. Well, stupid me. I have an entire list of items that need to be accomplished for this place to be safe. Safe, right. We got here literally by jumping into an industrial hopper. I won't be taking any more ages after this one. Maybe a city location. I can't take this. Shroomy's back. Watched her all day. Out of the blue, I think she's starting to like me. This could be good. I'll give up working for a short while. She's nervous, but coming back daily. I keep the gate down. She's trapped. Got the gate with her inside eating flappers. Set her off. Pretty obvious she can be a nasty girl if she wants, but still, I'll have a shot, and I need to do it before Kodama shows up. Got her. Time for a surface trip with the important parts. I'll sink the rest. So he took a 40-foot whale out of here? Through an age? Through the linking book? Wooden walkways are fixed. Rails are up. Among the things on the list of DRC requests. If this place isn't safe, I don't know what is. Inspection tomorrow. Nick has dropped off some more translations. Seems as though a major inspection into the illegal activities was going on immediately before the fall. Doesn't look like they found anything. Inspection went fine. I guess this place is safe now. I'm heading back to the surface for more tools, football, and holidays. Another missed playoffs. Oh well, things are stressful here. 1 year to go for initial visitors, and it's beginning to show. However, Sutherland dropped by today. Nice woman. We had a nice talk. I'm helping out in the city now. Not much work to do in Teledan. Cleaned up here, there, maintaining. I hope for a certain location in the city. Maybe my helping will get me some leverage with Watson. I'm enjoying the time with Sutherland anyway. More city work, not much happening here. Nick managed to get me extra Teledyne book today. Good man. Shroomy is back. Obviously not the same one, but we've got a new girl here. Amazing. I'm curious to know how many there are now. I think I'm going to try and schedule another trip in the next few months. The trip was a success. Amazing. There are quite a few of these creatures all over, perhaps a seasonal thing. Waters where I had been before, I found a pod of the creatures. And a bigger one. I'm not sure these are the same, but these seem to be young ones. The larger creature was absolutely stunning. I've never seen anything like it in all my days of hunting. I was actually a little frightened. This thing could have swallowed my boat whole. To take even a small portion home would be... I'm going to have to think this one through. Back to work here. Christ, if this actually goes to 2002. We got quite a few more pages yet. I'm installing a gun of some kind down on the docks. It's a dunny mining instrument, I believe, regardless of the DRC. Of all people, won't want it set up. Strange. The gun is up, not working, but up. Laxman will have to get it working, or at least give it a shot. Not familiar enough with this kind of dunny technology. More city work and less Teledan work. Did clean up the cages and the larger mushroom. Took out some crates and moved them upstairs. I think another surface trip is in order. Marie wants to go up as well. A little longer than I had expected for obvious reasons. Horrible tragedy. I'm happy to have Dunny. A distraction of sorts. I brought down a fish tank, at least the first part. Want to see if I can learn more about these flappers. I can get some young ones and some water from the lake. We'll see. The stress level is rising rapidly, only a few months out. And they're planning on bringing visitors. They're cleaning up a neighborhood for a group of new people. A neighborhood. It must be a neighborhood inside of Dunny is what he's talking about. Victor has found some kind of communication device this week. A KI, they're calling it. A very interesting device, I have to admit. Victor does seem to know his stuff, at least. Talked to Engberg about a building in the city that I'd like to have. We'll see. Victor can't get the gun for a long time. Can't get to the gun for a long time. In fact, DRC wants the whole thing taken out now. Fine by me. Found another new book today. Perhaps I have my city location now. Great view as well. I'm moving some things there, a little more out of the way. Glad I bought the more expensive fish tank now. Received a report from the surface. Patriots aren't doing well. I don't think I'm going home for the holidays. I'll be here. Teledan seems stable, but Kodama asked me to look at a different age and help him out. Sounds like an interesting place. Almonet or something. Why not? Strange place. Needs lots of work, but it's been good. I'm thinking of heading to the surface. Watson's recommended we go up. Marie is joining me again. Wasn't supposed to be gone this long. Like more than a year? But who would have thought Patriots would win the Super Bowl? I think that's supposed to be a 12, but it looks like 2. But it is 02. Yeah, so he's been gone for more than a year. Well, no, a couple months, I guess, because this is December of 01, so a couple months then. I don't think Watson's very pleased, but too bad. Visitors are down, and I wasn't here to see them. The DRC wants me to go through Teledan again. I'm not sure why. This place has been cleaned for months. Typical of them. Should know better by now. New shroomy creatures seem pretty happy here. Runs when the machinery comes on, but usually returns. Usually leave the gate down. KIs are working great, pretty amazing devices. Haven't met any new visitors. Watson says he doesn't want me to. Typical bureaucratic nonsense. They're ready to open up the island. I have to admit I'm pretty excited about watching these people visit. I'd love for them to come to Teledan, but the DRC insists it's not ready. Not sure what more they want. A new group of visitors are coming. The DRC are really hyped. Authorized explorers. Enjoyed talking to Robin and Rand. Yeah, so the guys who made Myst, Nice guys. Hadn't seen them in a long time. The new authorized explorers seem to be enjoying themselves. Fun. Funny, DRC posts that restoration efforts will be given top priority this month. More meetings and more inspections when the age has been ready for months. If it makes them feel better. They did acknowledge I found the book. Wasn't expecting that. On an even funnier note, all meetings are being held in Tokota now. Couldn't have asked for much more. Wow, fuck. There's so much reading. So they made that public. Shumi was in here, and I had to make up some reason to postpone the trip. If they hadn't seen the equipment and such, in fact, it's time to get rid of some of this. If the DRC had come here today, it could have been bad. Phase 5 approval. What's that even mean? Simpson told me about a pretty strange stone, so I tried it out. I want it myself. I think I'll keep it here. Don't really care what the DRC thinks of that either. Stone is gone. Vanished right out of my office. Where's Simpson? I got the stone back. Simpson claims it was back where he found it. Regardless, this time, I'm keeping it in a more secure location. Now Phase 5 approval. I've been so angry this past month, I've been ready to throw in the towel and head back up. It's utterly ridiculous what they're doing. The safety requirements they're pulling out. Oh, they pulled safety requirements. That makes more sense. Somebody had better do something before we have an all-out government down here. Although these threads on the forums may be something, the DRC in secret is suspecting Zandy. This could be fun. Yeah, exactly. 25 hours of reading. Stone is gone again. How? Last time with the stone, I'm trying to secure more location. Gone again. I have the stone one more time. Simpson says he can't take it again. So I'm trying one more thing. Gut feeling about these creatures. Watching people here has been fun. Maybe it all has been worth it. Stone hasn't gone anywhere this time. I think they're afraid of the hanging rocks. Interesting surprise. Rebek was shelved. I saw this one months ago. This is wild. They're flipping out over there with these Zandy breaches. Hilarious. I love it. Of course, they haven't mentioned a thing to me yet. I'm sure they don't plan on it. Big meeting this weekend for the DRC. They don't know what to do about Zandy, and it's driving them nuts. They think it's only going to get worse. I hope so. Kodama wants to bet on surface games. Now? Question mark. Would have thought but I'll take his money. On a more adventurous note, Nick got into the Rebek today. Amazing. I'd love to spend some time there, but we had to hurry. He tells me there's a new age as well with creatures. I'd love to get there, but I doubt it will happen. The DRC is sick to their stomach with the Zandy stuff. I'm on his side, but I hope it just doesn't make things worse. Zandy is getting them on his side. I wish. I could describe Kodama. I wish I could describe Kodama. Wow, I'd love it. What? I did see his sign on the surface. No one ever seemed to notice it, though. I guess he's making them. Okay, so that Zandy sign was the big green no trespassing sign that we saw at the very beginning. Marie has lost it. A t-shirt? I agree with Kodama on that one. What? Kodama is taking money from me, and it's driving me crazy. If I wasn't watching his veins burst in those meetings, I'd be much more angry. It's worth it, though. Well, Zandy's unstoppable now. He's going to bring people down, and they can't stop him. It's funny, but it's also more work. I want this to work for everyone, so I'm helping out more where I can. Still hoping for leverage on that structure I've been wanting for a few years now anyway. The Zandy stuff is great. I do think the DRC is going to be ready for them. But still, more power to him. Amazing no one has officially talked to me yet from the DRC. Looks like Uru it is now. Thanks to Zandy again. Okay. Christmas Eve in Teledan. If I imagine hard enough, the spores look like Northeast Christmas. So we must be in Uru right now. Not really. I think I'm heading back for the playoffs in New Year. No playoffs, but still a good New Year. This should be a fun year for Dunny. Also brought down some fish tanks this trip. I think it's about ready. If I get a chance to work on it, it should be interesting to watch Zandy in the DRC as well. I'm anxious to see who gets the power here. Looks like they're trying to get the upper hand. Explains Zandy's story and be upfront about it. Watson had to convince some of his members of that one, believe me, but probably smart, okay? Jesus. Ages are being approved, visitors are coming down, I'm losing time to write journals. Closing, opening, I don't understand the idea, but the DRC definitely trying to get ready for the new arrivals. Another large group just came down and it seems as though they're going fairly smoothly. I've heard them talk recently about a house on the island. They're beginning initial restoration. So the island, I wonder if that's the library that we're at, if that's what they're talking about. I've got to find a way on that. Nick says the place is amazing. He's read some histories and stories go on and back. Way back, I'm going to talk to Watson now. There are rumors of a Dunny survivor going around here. The DRC is keeping it low-key, but it seems pretty reliable. Obviously, I'll be the last to hear, but I've got to find a way to meet him as soon as possible. I wonder if they're talking about Atris. So the mighty. Jeez. Funny. Seems like a lot. Well, I mean, we're getting closer. We're getting closer to the date, so we should be near the end of the book. Funny, it seems like a lot less people are in the city nowadays. DRC is talking quite a bit about visitors' access to ages that they have not approved. They're a little irritated, to say the least, and trying to figure out a way they can control it. I don't think they can. Interesting. Finally got the gun up and working. Laxman is getting better every day. The guy's a genius. Watson stopped by as well to see it working, although he seemed more concerned with me cleaning up the scrap than the gun itself. Typical DRC. Out of the blue, Sonia Michaels has contacted me, old friend from the surface, working for some paper up in Maine. Says she's coming down for a long period, wants to write. On a more typical note, Watson came by a few days ago asking me to name the wildlife here. They aren't finding the names the Dunny used for a lot of the animals. I don't think he really appreciates shroomy and flappers. Anyway, I named the birds Buggerows. I think some part of that is Dunny for big. That's what Nick said, at least. Big bug. Wonder how they'll like that. Oh my god. Just returned from a short surface trip. Went to last week's Patriot game in Philadelphia. Excellent game. What they needed after that. Miserable performance on the first wave. Blah, 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 blah. Sonia seems to like it down here. In fact, it looks as though she'll be staying for a while longer than she had thought. It may be working for the DRC in a similar role as Simpson. Fine with me. Another inside scoop never hurts. I'm going to try and get a pub down here. DRC has apparently made long-term plans to open up a new section of the city, and there is a spot. I'd love to have my own. Time to start being nice again and see if I can get it. It looks like this is actually going to happen. Major preparations are underway to open the place. The arguments for not doing it have been pushed under for now, and it's going to happen. When the hordes come up, I've got to get out and meet and talk to them. It's an opportunity to establish myself I won't have later. Yes, a pub. We might be going there later, having mushroom beer or whatever they make down here. The pub is looking good, very good. DRC has no ideas the books were ever there. Good work, Nick, and it looks as though they're going to let me have it. I'd love to turn it into something to show off my favorite trophies. Wouldn't be bad to open it up for others as well. Have to think about that more. Can't get a game right now. And it's killing me. Too much going on down here, but I'll be there for the playoffs. Talked to Travis today, and we're going wherever it is, although at this point I'm planning on Boston. It's official, the pub in Jeteri is mine. Time to celebrate. Time to prove Kodama wrong. People are coming down from all over, and I have to say they're good people, smart people. See right through the DRC and their games. At least most of them do. Definitely will be sides at some point. A few of the visitors in particular have impressed me. Desante, Tweak, Luke, Lycus, and others. Is that supposed to be a U, maybe? I guess it is a U. So it's Dusante, Tweak, and Lucas, and others. Needs to start writing down names. Need to start writing down. Don't want to forget them. Is that a hint to me? I think pub in the U.S. is talking about a very specific kind of bar. Usually like an Irish pub. I mean, it's bar is definitely used more than pub, but I don't know, maybe it's a big city thing. Anyway, where were we? Engberg has been odd lately. I've heard it from many of the visitors and seen it myself as well. Pressure must be getting to him. Little does he know it's only making the DRC look worse. Patriots win again, no more surprise, blah blah blah. This has been going very well. Spoke with Brian Floka and Duskin Tatari, strange name, tonight. I could see them as eventual leaders. Engberg is whining again. Not good. They've called the meeting. This better not mean the pub is gone. Excellent talk with Brian tonight. Good man. Okay. What is it with the Phil character? The man is disturbing yet intriguing. I was able to talk to him last night for a while in Kimo. He's probably just crazy, but if they will listen to him, he could be very useful. More people need to hear him. He's agreed to meet with me again. This could be just what I needed. Sounds like it may have been one of the best games all year. I may not have a chance, or may not have a choice, but made a trip to the whatever. DRC is obviously aware of Phil, as they should be. I have to say I'm happy to have the distraction. I haven't heard anything about Engberg's call for a meeting recently. Good timing. Phil, what perfect timing. The things he showed me this weekend are beyond anything I could have expected. I may have bought into the DRC propaganda myself. Not again. The DRC knows so little of the power of Dunny. It's almost funny. Yisha is the key. With her, there is strength. It's either Yisha or the DRC. That needs to be the message, and Phil will help me in speaking it. They will listen to him. Didn't think I'd be able to forget about what was happening down here, but sitting in the snow watching Poole run that intercept... Oh, Jesus Christ, with the football. Being back on the surface cemented my decision. I'll be coming back for Christmas. In the meantime, I think I'm going to cut down a tree on my Relto and decorate it for the office here. Need to find Phil today. Haven't met with him in a while, and it's never good, even if the game is worth it. Blah, blah, blah. They've gone too far this time. The nerve of these people. The war has started. They cannot simply take Phil away with no reason and not expect consequences. I've given them consequences, and now it seems they'll give me a taste of my own medicine. Kodama seems to have started the ball rolling. I fully expect this sort of reaction. I just hope I have enough people on my side when I need them. What a holiday, blah-da-da. Phil has apparently been killed, or at least that is what the DRC is saying. I'm not sure whether to believe them or not, but the evidence is not good. I've seen the pile myself. Watson has left for the surface, too upset to stay. Laxman and Kodama are taking a role. The city has been closed again. I'm losing my fight for this whole mess. It's too much, and the people here seem to care little. It might not be worth it. Playoffs in 2 weeks. It's been quite a year, especially recently. I have to say, I never planned things to go this way, though looking back, it may be for the best. Watson is left somewhere. Laxman and Kodama seem to be running things, which for the moment is definitely good. I thought he hated Kodama. At least they're moving somewhere, though I may not always agree with them. I like their drive. I'm thinking about giving it a little more time, seeing if I can't get my pub back. I've been keeping quiet lately, on purpose, letting things run their course. I may have become a little aggressive, and I don't think I was helping myself. We'll see if I can't do things better this year. Still planning on heading up to the surface, though this baby isn't quite full. It seems a good time to start a new journal. So this is it. This is my last entry for this book. 6 years in the making. Jesus Christ, 6 years to read it, too. And then he starts a new one in 04. This one about Phil and whatever. He thinks he killed Phil. Like, Jesus. So what did we learn from all that? Other than don't read the damn books, otherwise you'll get stuck here for an hour. Yeah, I mean, I agree, Brant. It's a little too much. It doesn't seem to have any impact whatsoever. I mean, it's backstory, but you could tell the backstory with a lot less of the nonsense. So, like, I don't want to go here, but I feel like this is a thing to go to for some reason. I feel like we're going to have to go back there at some point. Okay, well, I'll go back into this.